Hi, and welcome to my top 20 albums of 2015. This list is made from my personal opinions about music, so you might not agree with it, but this is my top 20. So let's get right into things.
20. Synthis, Empty Skies.
Okay, so fair warning, this album is about My Little Pony, or at least it's related to the Brony fandom. The thing I like about this album is that it's really electronic and it's very dark electronic music, but there is some songs that are a bit more cute. Some people would call it overproduced, but I think it creates a big sound and I really like that about him, plus his singing is amazing.
19. Oh Wander, Oh Wander.
This is one of the most relaxing and just beautiful albums I've heard this year. I don't really know what to say about it, like the singers, both the male and lead singer, are really amazing and the production is cool, it's very experimental but still really chilling and yeah, relaxing. I guess that's the best word I can use for it.
18. Fall Out Boy, American Beauty, American Psycho.
I remember when I first heard Save Rock and Roll. It is a really good album and it has like this very powerful feeling behind it, and the rock is amazing and Patrick sings amazing, of course. But then they released this album and they just did everything just as good but even better too. I feel like you could dance to almost any song on this album. It is just so good and it's hard to explain why, because they don't do anything new, they just do it right. I guess that's the only thing I can say.
17. Andrew Huang, Cosmos.
This guy is pumping out like 10 albums every year and it's really hard to decide which one was the best. But then again, I feel like this is definitely his best work this year, at least in my opinion. The reason why I think this is the best thing he's done this year is that this has everything, and I know he likes to do different styles in all of his releases, but I feel like this one, the production was truly amazing and just dark and gritty and captured this whole space kind of feeling, which is I guess the feeling he was going for. Also the rapping in this one is amazing. It had some trap influence, it had some pop influence in the singing songs, and it was very slow and but then again it jumps up and becomes upbeat and very drum heavy, and yeah, it's just really good. And I love Sins of the Now, 7 minutes raw emotion from Andrew about racism and political stuff, and it's just so good. The only thing I would say about this album is that in that song too, the Sins of the Now, there's like this siren sound that comes in from time to time, and it gets kind of annoying because it's there for too long. I mean, if we look at it from the point of view he had, it makes sense in the song that there's this like siren thing, because it's all about war and crime and political stuff. So I get why it's there, but musically it doesn't work too well. Other than that though, amazing album, nothing else I can say. Great.
16. Halsey, Badlands.
I think this album is doing great at like representing that pop music is changing. I really love that we can do this now, that we can make this experimental, more hip-hop heavy, dark pop music, and it sounds amazing. It's so good. I love this album. I don't even know how to explain it, because it's just so good as a whole, and the lyrics and the whole concept, and again the instrumentals, the beats are really dark and really a lot more glitchy and heavy and electronic, I guess too. It's just really good, and that's all that I have to say.
15. Patent pending, Riot Hearts Rebellion.
I'm normally not that big of a rock fan, but when it sounds like this, it's really good. The thing I like about Patent Pending is that they make the rock sound more pop, I guess. I guess it is a pop rock album. The singing is great, and it's much more catchy, it's much more upbeat and fun to dance to, and feel goody, I guess. The whole sound is just a lot more clean and like nice to listen to than a lot of other rock. I feel like it's just too heavy and too noisy. Not that I dislike noisy, but I don't know. I feel like this is the good kind of rock, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for saying that. Come at me, bro.
14. Michelle Chamuel, Face the Fire.
I've always had a soft spot in my heart for artists who make everything themselves, and Michelle is one of those. She's a singer, she's a producer, she's a songwriter. I don't know if she mixes and masters the songs, but I bet she could, and I really like that about artists. This album is also one of the nicest produced albums I've heard this year. It's just really clean, and it's a pop album, and it does the production just right. Her voice feels like it's a part of the song. I feel like sometimes singers has this issue that they are on top of the beat, I guess, but she feels like she's just a part of the whole thing, and I really like that. And she has an amazing singing voice, and the mixing and mastering on her voice is really good, like the effects that they use sometimes. And yeah, it's just really, really good, and you should check it out.
"13. Kyle, Smyle."
And now we're gonna smoothly transition into the rap part of this list. Not that I tried to like separate them, but I think that from now on you'll see more and more rap albums. This one being one of the first, and it's more of a pop rap album because he sings a lot on it, and the beats are more poppy. The thing I like about this album is that it's a really feel-good kind of thing that you can listen to. I feel like you should listen to this album at a summertime, at a summer party, or just while you are walking at summer. It's a really good, feel-good kind of album, and the beats are not amazing, but I mean they're okay, and yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know what to say. It's cool.
Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Really? Yeah.
12. Pryde, Plan A.
Well, to be honest, this is actually a mixtape, but I'm gonna call it an album because I don't care. It's an album. Fuck you. So Pryde is probably one of my favorite singers / rappers right now. He is really dope, and he does a lot of original things, I think, but still with like a twist of relatable, I guess, with the trap influence and the pop influence, and yeah, I don't know. I really like his voice and his attitude, and how he, like, his lyrics is one of the most important things for me. Like how he talks about his now passed away mom, but he talked a lot about how she had cancer before that, and like really touchy subjects, but still he does it with so much attitude and so much charisma that is just amazing. I really like his vocals and his lyrics. So yeah.
11. JGivens, Fly Exam.
This guy's probably one of the best at lyrical and flow technical work on this list. The album starts out very hard, like it's a punch in the face and we're going kind of thing. Right at the beginning, the flow he spits is amazing, and he is like very like pumping out genius lyrics, and yeah, It's just very catching, and then he kind of slows down after that in the next couple of songs, and yeah. I don't really know where I stand with this album because I really like the sound of it, but I'm not sure if I actually like the lyrics of it. Like, he's very good at rhyming and everything that rappers has to do, but I still feel like it's very Christian-like, and he is a Christian, and it is called, the genre of this album is technically called Christian rap. Although I don't feel like all the songs are about like God and Jesus and stuff, but yeah, I'm not sure where I stand. It sounds good, and that's the most important thing for me. I'm just gonna stop here. Yeah. Cut.
Gassing up like Texaco, when it's about time all y'all pay attention. Chant to the game, say it again. Abraham had many
10. Lil Dicky, professional rapper.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, did this album get a lot of critics bad touch. I don't know why people don't like this album. I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually really like this album. I've listened to it multiple times, and yeah, everything, the whole album. I know it's long. I know that it's long, but it's good because it's long. I mean, the only thing that I would have cut from this album is the very last track has a very long ending that is just a Lil Dicky talking, and I didn't need that. Like, I liked that the first time, but you could have cut that and just had it as a separate song that you could skip. It didn't need to be part of the whole song. So yeah. But then again, it is at the very end of the album, so you can just stop there, I guess, once the talking begins. Anyway, yeah. The Needle Drop really didn't like this album. Like, it was in his top 10 worst albums of this year, and I don't get it. I gotta be honest, I really don't get it. Like, yeah, I get that Lil Dicky is jumping from he wanna be taken serious to doing songs about pre-gaming before going to a party and not actually going, and jerking off in condoms and stuff like that. And I get that he can't say that he wants to be taken serious while he's still making songs like that. You gotta kind of take a stand. But then again, a lot of other artists does this. Like, Eminem has serious songs, and he has songs about stupid shit and joking songs, and people love Eminem, so I don't get it. I don't know, I like the album. I think Lil Dicky definitely knows how to rap and knows how to flow and knows how to write. The rhyming is great. I know that sometimes he's kind of slacking on the writing, I guess, because he just can, because it's funny. But still, listen to the title track. Lil Dicky knows how to rap. Simple as that.
I was gonna do a line, but I sneezed. I was gonna smoke, but I need weed. I just wanna roll up.
9. Rev, Beneath the Toxic Jungle.
Hey Rev, you just made it before the year ended. That's good for you, I guess. So yeah, this list is turning awful with every word that I say, and I'm getting lazy with the cutting. Whatever. So Rev, yeah, this is a old school kind of feeling album, and the production is really good, and I love Rev. He has a really interesting voice for rapping, and the way he performs, and sometimes goes up in higher like octaves or notes when he's rapping, and sometimes he keeps it very low, and like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But I think that Rev is a really good rapper, and when he's in collaboration with Kill Bill, definitely a really good rapper. Yeah, it's a great album. It's very, I don't know, it feels like it's kind of lacking at some points, but yeah, I'm gonna keep this uncut for you because I'm lazy.
Right? This is what real life feels like.
8. Allday, soft grunge love rap.
I listened to this album while I was on vacation, and it is really, really nice for chilling and relaxing, and it's still very upbeat and it left me with some good memories because of the sound of the album. I don't really know how to explain it, but the moments, the memories that I had was made better because this is kind of the soundtrack to it, and I feel like that's kind of how I would describe this album. It's the soundtrack to a good time. It is very pop influenced with some singing rap kind of thing that Allday does, and it's very happy and very go fuck yourself. I don't know.
7. Wax, Livin Foul.
This album is a pretty nice mix of hip-hop and country beats. Wax is, of course, a really nice rhymer and flower and rapper generally. I don't really know what to say about this album. It's really good, and the beats are a lot more hip-hop than I expected, because we have seen Wax do more country stuff before. So I'm pretty happy with this album, and like songs like Hypnotic is really good, and yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just a good album. You should listen to it.
6. 21 Pilot, Blurryface.
This album really took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is. I remember that a friend showed me the song Heavy Dirty Soul while I was just chilling at her place, and it was really good. And the reason that she wanted to play it for me was that she said that this guy was both an amazing rapper and an amazing singer. And I couldn't disagree with her, because he's really good, and his buddy, who is the producer, or at least he plays the drums. I think that Tyler produces the beats mainly, except the drums. Anyway, it's a really good duo, and the guy on the drums is also amazing. It's really heavy drums on this album, and yeah, it's amazing how many different genres they can like mix together on this album. There's really slow, grimy electronic music, and then there's more rock kind of thing, and then there's like a rap song, and then there's piano love tunes, so it's just all over the place, and I love that about this album.
5. Synth7, Sleeper.
Oh my god, Synth7 has stepped up his game so much from the last album. This is so good. I can't even like really put into words how good it is. But like the topics he's talking about, like how he's talking about how fans keep messaging him and how he's not really comfortable with that and stuff like that. There's like, I feel like we see a whole nother side of Synth this time, and it's really good. I really like this album. It's so amazing, and he produced all the beats himself, maybe with a little bit of help, but still. And the lyrics are so dark and just weird sometimes, and I love that because it's so, you're like in this whole setting and this whole mood of strangeness and in the state of sleeping, I guess. I don't know, just it's amazing. You definitely need to hear this.
Yes, and a 3 meter hungers, beasties and monsters, keep sleepers comfort, see these for songbirds.
4. Andy Mineo, Uncomfortable.
I feel like Andy wanted to make an album about something that's real, like something that's going on in the world, like with Christianity and with like everything. I don't even know, fucking what am I, a prophet? Fuck you. And I think he did that really good. He's like, the lyrics on this album is just so amazing, and I'm not sure how to like explain it. It's kind of hard to explain, but I mean the music is good too. Like the beats are really fitting for the songs, and yeah, I don't know, man. It's just really good because of the things that he talk about, and I can't explain it because it's not in my place to do that, so you should just listen to them yourself and have a good time.
For your sort of people, I look around, it's more evil. Gotta see it in me. You see, every day we closer to that funeral.
3. Logic, The Incredible True Story.
And then there was Logic with The Incredible True Story, which is I don't know, words can't come out of my mouth about this album. It's really, really good. Like from the kickoff, we have this very almost a movie score soundtrack feeling that we just are in this huge spaceship and everything is just so dark and lonely, and but at the same time really epic, and then the songs kick off and we're just like part of this rapping that is just so good, and we're in this spaceship with the guys that are going back and listening to an album. And Logic is just so amazing at like doing awesome flows and writing lyrics that are like have meaning, and but at the same time he can still fuck around and just do silly songs and write about he's the best, I am the greatest. So definitely a great album, but only number 3 on my list. Sorry.
I know that I've been living. I know that I've been living.
2. Melanie Martinez, Cry Baby.
They call you cry baby, but you don't fucking care. Oh my god, I love this album so fucking much. I can't even like. Okay, let me tell you why I love this album. First thing, she takes like kids topics like training wheels and sippy cups and carousels and crybaby and cake and teddy bear and everything, play date, and just turns them 180 around and makes them about all grown-up stuff and like being kidnapped and abducted and having to escape this crazy guy that has abducted you, and this whole story. And it's a concept album, so all the songs like connect together, and it's a story, and it's so mind-blowing, and the beats are so experimental and still really, really good. And like just listen to the song Soap and you will hear that they just went absolutely bonkers with these beats, and I can't even, it's just so good. If you haven't heard this album, you really need to listen to it. It's such an amazing experience.
1. Seth Sentry, Strange New Past.
Seth Sentry, Strange New Past, number 1 on my list. And why is that, you'll probably ask? You probably haven't even heard about this album. Well, let me tell you why. Seth Sentry is an amazing poet. Like the lyrics that he writes, just listen to some of the songs on this album. They are so good. Like Pryde is probably my favorite song of the whole year. Like the two parters together with I don't even care that he split them in two. Like listen to the whole song as it's supposed to be listened to. It's so good. Like the idea he gets about this empty city that is like his head, and he's there all alone when people talk to him. It's so good. Every song on this album is fan-fucking-tastic. And like the whole vibe that we're kind of going back into the old school kind of music, like with the beats, but still keeping it so new and fresh, and the sound is still clean. And oh my god, I can't even explain how good this album is. I've listened to this so many times, and it came out at the beginning of the year. You should think that maybe I'll get tired of this album, but I really haven't. I could listen to this album any day. It's so good, and it's so good, man. I can't even explain it. Just You need to listen to this. I know I've said that about a lot of albums on this list, but if you haven't heard this one, go and listen to it right now. It's so fucking good.
The pain on the front of them peels and that filled with possession, so left behind or frozen in time. A ghostly reminder that in the end nothing material matters. The air is as still as a Ferris wheel. I don't feel like I should even.
So that was my top 20 albums of 2015. What? You want more? That wasn't enough? Well, okay, I guess I could do a top 8 EPs then, if you want me to.
8. Ruth B. The intro.
The first EP on this list is from Viner, who I used to follow, but then I found out that Vine is fucking terrible and I hate it. But that didn't make her any less of a good singer. I really like Ruth B. I like her so much that I can't say her name. No, but she's really good, and this is a piano EP where nothing else but piano and her singing, and it just really highlights how good a voice she has. So that's really all I can say about this EP.
You know, the superficial love thing got me going crazy. Baby, if you want me, then you better need me, 'cause I'm so done not being your...
7. Love, Lost in the Lights.
This is a really nice little pop EP with some very nice singing and some very nice production. The beats are really like, I wouldn't say dance heavy, but they make you in a good mood, I feel like. I don't really know what else to say about this EP. It's pretty good, and yeah, the singing is good and the production is good. That's really all I can say.
Can we go back to adrenaline?
6. Day Eyes. Ecstasy.
This is a pretty weird EP. Like, it doesn't follow the normal music scales thing, and it's just really abstract and weird, but it's not the weirdest thing on this list. So, but I think it's a good show that this is kind of my style of music, I guess, the things that I like. So I don't really know what to say about it. I mean, the singing isn't like fantastic, but he's still pretty good. And the production is probably what got me on this one. So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good.
5. Cole CHRX. Hallway is the EP.
This is a very, very dark EP. It's also the only rap release on this list, like the EP list. And I really like this EP because, again, I really have a soft side for people who produce themselves and rap and does everything themselves, basically. And Cole does that, at least on this release. I know he's done some songs and whatnot that he didn't produce, but this was fully produced by him, and I really like it. This is my kind of rap, I guess. It's so dark and the beats are still very heavy, like hear the drums in Psyche, I think that's how you pronounce it. And just listen to how hard-hitting they are. And I feel like this is an EP you could listen to while driving at night with your friends or something, or like just laying in your room and with the lights turned off and just relaxing, but still in this kind of dark mood, I guess. It's really hard to explain, but I really like it. It's really good.
That we walk and grind on, the sound of footsteps above us, and this freaking ticking clock that shines on, and I rhyme on, but my mind's on it from the creek.
4. Hayley Kiyoko. This Side of Paradise.
I'm not gonna lie, the thing that got me into this EP was definitely the Girls Like Girls music video and song, for that matter, because the song is just as good. And not only did she release that amazing song, but after that she released another like amazing song / music video, because the EP was already released. The song Cliff's Edge, which is just as good as Girls Like Girls, but I don't know, Girls Like Girls just kind of got me in that really, like, I'm a sucker for romantic stuff, so that definitely got me. And it's just really good. And like, if I have to talk about the music on this EP, like, she sings amazingly. That's I say that about everybody almost. And like, the beats are, again, I'm repeating myself, but the beats are a bit more experimental and heavy, and maybe a bit more hip-hop influenced, I would even go to say. So yeah, it's pretty good, and I'm not gonna cut in this because I feel like my rambling is necessary to explain this EP. So yeah, you have to live with it. Sorry.
Three. Nash, you.
And now we get into the weird part of this list, with this first one being a very, very experimental, I would say, release. The beats on this EP is very, I don't even know how to explain it, like, but listen to the song Disposable and hear how, like, he sampled this disposable camera thing that he pulls it up, and then the flash thing that that's me doing an example of that. Very good, Mass. Very, very good. So yeah, I really like this EP because again, he sings really, really good, and I really like the production. I think that's really what got me on this one. It's so original and so weird, but still like very emotional, I feel like, with the piano and stuff like that. So I think that's really, really good, and he's a really good producer plus a really good singer. So applause from me.
And I feel for you when it's night and the only lights are the ones we hung. Past scars like a knife and it cuts right.
2. Eden, Bipolar Paradise.
It was kind of hard to decide if I wanted to do this release or his newer one called End Credits, but I think that personally I really like this one more, and I can't even like really explain it because the music is so similar, I guess. Similar. I'm good at English. Anyway, but I think the reason why I picked this one is because I have a memory about this one. I was out like on a camping trip while I listened to it, and it was really putting me in this mood because I was kind of feeling down at the time, and it really kind of helped me in a way, I guess. But I didn't have that same experience with the new one. I mean, it's still good, like in credits, it's still a really good EP, but I just have some memories with this one. So that's why I picked it. Now let's talk about why it's good. Okay, again, I say this about everything, but he's a really, really good singer, and like, the production is also amazing. I feel like that's the only thing I touch on with all these like EPs and albums is the voice and the production. No, but he is really good, and he has very experimental. It kind of jumps all around, and there's a lot going on in the production, and yeah, I don't know how to explain it. You just have to listen to it. But I love how it can like switch from him just sitting and playing guitar to, and then he kind of stops it with his hand, the guitar, and then boom, everything is just sound, and everything is just really, really good. I like that about it. So definitely worth checking out.
One. Quame, hey, Mr. Dreamer.
Okay, so first off, shout out to Chirax Destructor for showing me this EP in his his newsletter thing. Fuck it, I don't give a shit what it's called. And I'll go so far to say that this is probably one of my favorite releases overall this year, even better than Sentry's what's it called, Strange New Past, because this is just really, really weird. And like I've said that what I'm gonna touch on this EP, I've said about a lot of stuff on this list and the album list, but this one is really special. Like, this is one of the strangest produced things I've heard this year, and it's just so good because of that. Like, I don't know anything about how he did this. I would like to explain like why it's special, but I can't because I don't know how the hell he did it. And it's just so good, and there's songs that is just so glitchy and all over the place and really loud and obnoxious, I would almost say, but in a good kind of way. And then there's just songs where we almost only hear his voice and some synth and some piano maybe, and the contrast is just so amazing, and how he can just switch so fast between these songs is also really good. I'm rambling, but this is a great EP. I've been listening to it a lot since I found out about it, so I think you're gonna love it. If you don't, then fuck you, and have a nice weekend, fuckers. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna end this video. That's fair, I guess.